Hey, peaceful pinners. Happy Friday. So I have a specific thing to finish today. Well, a specific few things to finish today. We're going to do, we're going to finish some patriotic ornaments that I started several years ago. Hi, Phil. Happy Friday to you, too. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Rebecca. How are you guys today? So I was kind of like going through what I wanted to work on, and these things have been sitting around for a bit. And I have a little bucket of all the fabrics. Hopefully I already have all the pre-cuts that I need, but in particular, I have a few of these ornaments from this challenge that we did a few years ago, but in particular, I had more of these twisted snow globes, and 2 of them need a whole half finished, and all 4 of them need their embellishments finished. So I'm going to see how far I get. I don't know why I have so many of these. I suspect that when I was working on these, I was trying to figure out how to get the 2 halves to match. And probably once I figured it out, I stopped on some of these. That's what I think must have happened. I don't know. So I guess we'll see if maybe 1 or 2 of these ones that's not done, if they end up not matching, the 2 halves if they end up not matching each other, then I'll know that that's what was the problem. Hi, Carol. Hi, Nancy T. Hey, Jenny. Haven't seen you in a bit. Hi, Louise. Hi, Marge. Hi, Georgianne. Rebecca said, I was just pinning a patriotic ornament. I was using the Victoria pattern. We did the Victoria pattern the same year that we did this twisted snow globe for that same challenge. So that's funny. Hi, Denise. April said, hello, Stacy and everyone. Just want to say thank you for the free video and instructions today. I enjoyed making one with you today. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you liked it. So you made it today. That's amazing. Hey, Deborah. Deborah said, happy Friday. I just finished 6 ornaments that I made while keeping the grands. It's hard to finish that many when you're trying to figure out what the embellishments you want to use. I know, embellishments is like the hang up a lot of times. Clearly, because that's why we have Finishing Friday. Deborah said, I like to finish as I make them. It doesn't always work out like that, does it? Hey, Marlene. Marlene said, hi from Ohio. Nice to see you here. I don't know if I have seen you in the chat before. So, okay. So what I've got here is, here's a twisted snow globe that is pretty much complete other than embellishments. I'm going to set both of these. I have 2 of them like that. I'm going to set both of these aside. And here's what I mean by matching up. You can see the blue from side 1 is matching side 2. Same with the red and the white. So clearly I had figured it out by the time I got to these 2. It looks like this one's going to match up too. Maybe this was where I stopped when I finally got it. This one though, this one is not going to match. So the 2 sides are not going to match. That must be why I quit in this one. But you know what? We're going to possibly finish it anyway. So I need, it looks like I just need the squares for that outer layer, which I have here. I'll leave this in here for now. I'm going to need bands too. I'll worry about bands here in a little bit. Set this back here. I forgot to grab my iPad to look at the ebook for this. I think I can do it from memory though. I hope. That sounds like famous last words, right? Debbie said, happy Friday, under tornado warnings again. I went to Hobby Lobby. I bought $50 of ribbon and trim. So fun. Placed an order this morning with OG, but not sure it went through. Phone issues. Oh, bummer. But fun to go to Hobby Lobby. I'm glad you haven't actually had any tornadoes yet, Debbie. Kathy said, hello, Stacey and everyone. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Christy. April said, yes, I made a patriotic one. Red, white, and blue, quilted look, and then patriotic on the other side. That's awesome. Nancy V said, hi, Stacey. I'm working on my patriotic heart in those fabrics. Oh, good. Awesome. These are the cutest fabrics, aren't they? You guys, we're back to Henry Glass again. This is also Henry Glass fabrics. I think these were called something about the farm. Maybe it was down on the farm, something like that. These are really cute though. Marge said, Debbie, be safe. In Minnesota yesterday it was 83. Today it's 39 with thunderstorms and hail. Christy, how was your weather last night? Did you get any, like, did it drop down and get freezing? Debbie said, Hobby Lobby ribbon, 40% off. You can't beat that. All right, you guys are going to have to be patient with me while I remember how to make this. Hi, Susan. Debbie said, Margie, be safe too, and thank you. Nancy V said, yes, down on the farm. I had to search them out. Thank you, Nancy. Christy said, we got our snow, maybe 3 inches, but it's been so warm that it didn't stick to the roads or walkways, so I didn't need to shovel. Well, that's good. The plants are happy with their blanket. Thanks for asking. So I'm glad that you got a little bit of snow since you guys needed the liquid. Hi, Peggy. Nancy T said, I was just watching Ryan Hall. The tornadoes are unbelievable. Praying for everyone in those areas. Yeah, be safe, you guys. For those of you in those places, that is a terrifying thing. I can't even imagine. So, am I on the one that I think is going to match? Yes. Oh, I think this was supposed to be my marker pen and it got pushed in. Let's pull that back out. So this is, I know I mentioned it already, this is the Twisted Snow Globe pattern. It's called that because the main variation of this pattern, I guess it's not a variation, the main version of this pattern is actually, you can just put one piece of fabric in the middle and have like a little image. And it's really cute. And then you surround it with these twisted pieces going that kind of twist around it. But then one of the variations that we have included with the pattern is doing, like, you can do a pinwheel center, you can do alternating colors or whatever with these prism folds in the center. So that was just one way to vary it up. And then when we did the Patriotic Challenge, this one's from 2 or 3 years ago, we did this like kind of flag variation where we did the 2 blues and then red, white, red, white. So there's just so many things that you can do with these ornaments in general, this pattern, but then also with the ornaments in general to make them look different and to change how the pattern looks. I mean, sometimes you can change it so much with your colors and your arrangement that it looks like a totally different pattern. And this is a really good example of that. Hey, Robbie. Hi, Kimberly. April said Colorado weather yesterday 78, today 35. Yesterday 78, today 35, and finally snowing in Denver. I'm doing a happy dance because we haven't had any snow in the city. I am happy for you, April. We're supposed to cool down apparently this coming, I think Monday is what I heard. Someone told me that today. Because it's been kind of warm here. Like a little too warm. I'm not ready for it to get so hot yet because I need more time for my plants before it gets too hot. Hi, Shan. Shan said, hello, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. You too. I am very happy that the weekend is arriving. Very happy for the weekend this week. Ready for some time off. I really want to finish my tote bag. And I just have some things to do this weekend and I'm excited. Carol said live chat. I remembered to switch today at the very beginning, Carol, but thank you for the reminder. You guys don't forget to change to live chat if you want to make sure that you see all the comments and not just what YouTube decides that you should see. I think that's it for blue, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So now we're on white, or I guess cream. These ornaments have been kicking around here for so long, you guys. I almost can't believe that I'm working on one finally. Oh, need to come over here. Robbie said, I have those fabrics. I'm going to make a quilt with them. Oh, that sounds nice. Today, or I guess it was this morning, I was looking on Shabby Fabrics. And because now that I have a sewing machine, I'm looking at things a little differently, you guys. And I was looking at they have a lot of kits. And they have some little kits, you know, like starter kits. So I've got a few things in my shopping cart. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but I'm kind of thinking I want to start with like maybe something like a little table runner or something, and then go from there. So maybe I will pull the trigger on that order over the weekend. Hey, Nancy K. You know what, Nancy? Only a few minutes. Nancy said late again. You're only a few minutes late. We just started like 10 minutes ago. Hi, Sally. Happy Friday to you, too. Tammy said, hi, everyone. Made it home in time. All right, Tammy. And it's Friday. Nancy K said, I was working on the April Angel. I finished Rosie today. Also, I'm trying to catch up on things. That is a good feeling, isn't it? That's what I want to do, Nancy. Just get caught up on things. I feel like I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. Georgianne said, make sure the kits include all the fabrics. Some of them don't include the backing or the binding. Thank you for mentioning that. I did notice that on at least one of them. One of the small things said it had the backing, but then one of the other like slightly bigger things, I think a table runner said to get it actually had it as an add-on on some of them, and then some of them it didn't. And I was like, well, what do I get? It's easier when they like put it all there and at least tell you that it's not included, so that you can just check the box to add it to the order. I'm like taking notes for my own website. Like the little checkbox to add things on is pretty convenient. There's one big quilt on there, and that's what caught my eye first. It is, I mean, I don't even know how to quilt. So, like, the idea of getting a big quilt kit is so ridiculous for me, but yet I'm, like, eyeballing it. I'm like, maybe one day I could get it and then, like, set it aside as a goal. Jenny said, I hope that you'll show us your tote bag when it's done. I will, Jenny. I am hoping to finish it this weekend. I didn't get a chance to work on it all week, which I kind of expected. I knew I really wouldn't have time to do it during the work week, but I really think that once I sit down with it for a couple hours, that I'll be able to get it finished. Really, it's just, now at this point, it's just the construction of the canvas part, but I did the whole lining, and that was kind of like prepping me for the construction of the bag part, so at least I hope. I also found like an easy skirt tutorial on YouTube, like not even really needing a pattern for it. So that's something I thought I might want to try at some point soon too. So many things. And now, of course, YouTube is showing me all these little projects. Every time I get on YouTube, I'm seeing all these sewing projects and shorts too. Like all the shorts are just like quick little wallets and makeup bags and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I want to make that and that and that. Nancy said, I also got my little white box for this month today. Awesome. That was quick. So glad that you got that today. Sally said, I spent my ornamenting budget this morning for the new kit and the embellishments, and shh, don't tell my husband. Thank you, Sally. I appreciate that. A couple hours ago when I was down in the shop, the bird kit is about half gone, and at least it was a couple hours ago. It might be a little bit more than that now, which is pretty impressive. We started with 200. Deborah said, oh, I skipped. So sorry. Hold on one second, Deborah. I'll be right back to you. Nancy said, I got a cardinal kit today, and I also bought other things from the OG shop. Thank you, Nancy. You guys, I really appreciate you, your purchases in my shop, of course. I really appreciate you supporting our little business. Deborah said, I had to step away for a moment. What pattern is this that you are finishing? This is the Twisted Snow Globe, but it is one of the variations of the Twisted Snow Globe. Here's what it looks like when it's done. I've got 4 of these sitting here. 2 of them are at this stage, and then 2 of them are half done. So the regular version of this, I should have tried to find one to show you before I started this, but the original version of this pattern just has an image in the middle, like a snow globe, so you could put, you know, a little picture in there or whatever in the center, and then with these outer pieces twisting around it. But then this variation is the pinwheel, maybe just prism fold center. I'm not sure what we had called it, but so these are all individual pieces instead of being one flat piece. And then we took it a step further with this flag variation where we did 2 blues and then white, red, white, red. I did put a link in the description, you guys, to this pattern in the shop if you are interested after seeing me make it, or at least finish it. Peggy said, don't feel bad. I'm still working on the crochet blanket that I owe my sister from Christmas. These things take time. Crocheting is something else that I've always wanted to learn how to do. Too many things, you guys. Too many things. Tammy said, I bought a Christmas tree skirt kit from Shabby Fabrics last year. I still haven't opened it. Okay, so I wouldn't be alone then, is what you're saying? Georgianne said, my 3rd quilt was a king size with a lot of 2-inch squares. I got it done though. That was your 3rd one? That's impressive, Georgianne. What I'm hearing is I should buy myself the quilt kit. That's what I'm hearing you guys say. Becky said, hey y'all, watching while I fill out pre-surgery paperwork. I ordered the new kit today. Thank you, Becky. What are you filling out surgery paperwork for? Are you getting surgery? I think I skipped. Tammy said, I skipped you, Tammy. Sorry about that. Tammy said, the fabric matches my 2024 Christmas challenge ornaments from the kit that you got. I like their site. I've been on it before just for like fabric and stuff, but I never looked at the quilting kits and things like that just because didn't have a sewing machine, didn't even think I would be able to do it. But now I'm looking at it completely differently. And man, they have some nice kits. Jean said, hello everyone. I hope you're having a good Friday. You too, Jean. Christy said, I think I have everyone beat. I started a cross stitch in 1982. Lost the pattern for 30 years and then found it online. It took me 35 years to complete the cross stitch. You know what? That is such a happy ending that it's okay. That's amazing. Did you tell us that before? I feel like you might have told us that before. How awesome that you found the pattern online after 30 years. Deborah said, I was able to get the new kit today. So excited. Yay. I'm so happy. You guys, thank you so much for ordering that kit. We hope that you love it. Becky said those are pretty. Thanks, Becky. Tammy said, I stopped and pulled off the road. I was driving to buy my kit this morning. Oh my gosh, Tammy, I'm glad you pulled off the road. My son saw it afterwards and said, do you think that you could get another one for me? So Joe ordered him one and a basic star. That's awesome. You guys can make it together. Nancy K said, I love that ornament. Thanks, Nancy. Deborah said, very pretty. Thank you. I'm going to start working in some more patriotic ornaments, you guys, over the next few weeks and months. We're coming up to that time, and I love using red, white, and blue. So I'm going to unpin my first couple of pieces here just to get them up out of the way for a little bit, trying to hold them in place. I feel like this is coming back to me now as I do this. And then we need red. Shirley said, I finally got the round tins. I was watching early to make sure that I got some, and also got the fabric bundle with the horse. Oh, awesome. So you were inspired by the rosette that Kennedy made? I would have never thought to do the rosette with those fabrics, and it was so pretty. I did not put the tins in the email today that went out, which was an accident. I actually just forgot to include it in the email, but probably was a good thing so that there wasn't like a mad rush for them. But we still sold about half of those too. Olivia told me that about half of those that were ready are gone already too. They're down there. 2 of them were down there bagging up tins today. Robbie said, just finishing the rosebud. I was inspired by Kennedy the other day. I had the exact same fabric that I bought from the shop. It's so cute. That's awesome, Robbie. I was inspired by that too. It came out so, that's just a very pretty, like a delicate looking feminine pattern. That was designed by Monica a couple of years ago. Nancy said, I got on the site first thing this morning and got the new kit, and when I checked for the tins, they weren't there, but then they showed up a few seconds after I placed my order. I did get them. I was, a little too quick to order. Nancy, you know what? If they see that in shipping that you have 2 separate orders, they'll combine it and send you a refund for the excess shipping that you may have paid. So sorry that happened though, but yeah, hopefully they'll see that. They usually do. They usually are able to catch it in shipping when somebody has multiple orders. So thank you very much though for getting those. April said, I hope that your surgery goes well and for you and that you get well soon. Yeah, did she ever answer about the cataract surgery? Becky said, okay. Good luck with that, Becky. Georgianne said, if you love it, get it, because as you know, it will be gone and unavailable. I know. I was thinking that, the exact thing, and I thought even if it sat around for a while, I would be so happy later that I had it. Although I'm sure there'll be new beautiful things then too. But still, it was, it's Riley Blake. Oh, hang on. Let me figure out what I did wrong here. I did something wrong. Maybe I need one more set of blue, but no, I already had blue. I know what I did wrong. I put all 6 of these pieces on the same Okay. Right when I said it was all coming back to me. Do you guys see what I did? I'm like, I think I'm behind in comments. You guys are probably down there telling me, wait, stop. So these pieces, we're supposed to start over here. There we go. That's looking a little better. Yeah, so the fabrics that this kit is the oh gosh, they're Riley Blake, and we missed it. When we saw it, we were like, darn it, we should have gotten some for like an ornament or something. It's a pink and white and like flowery sewing theme fabric. It might be So Sweet, maybe, but then Shabby Fabrics has their own kit, quilt kit, and it's like hearts. And it said piecing, I guess. That's something, of course, that I have no idea how to do. But it is just absolutely stunning. Rebecca said, if you don't buy the kit, you'll regret it. Remember, once the fabric is gone, it's gone. Yeah, I know. You guys, I'm about to get up and go order it right now. Hi, Kate. Oh, it jumped on me. There it is. Kate said, I'm making a hemi with the Alpine Valley fabric bundle. Slow but sure. That one was pretty. I still have some of that behind me in my hutch. I want to get back to that fabric bundle too. That's a pretty one. Becky said, April, thank you. Shan said, love crochet. My specialty is ponchos and blankets. So I want to just kind of get this tucked up under. I think I did it right this time. Stay. Okay, we got it. We got it this time. Sally said, Stacey Ann, what year was the challenge for this ornament? That is such a good question. It wasn't last year. Last year, I remember that my fabrics were more floral. Was it the year before? There was a year that we skipped, and I can't remember. Let me just check really quick for you. This was the Red, White, and Beautiful challenge. Do I have the year on here? Of course I don't. Okay, so let's see. Last year was 2025. I want to say that this might have been 2023, possibly 2024, but I don't 100% remember. There was one year that we skipped, and I don't remember if it was 2023 or 2024 that we skipped. I should put the year on the access icon on the website. Didn't think of that. Oops. Shan said, good luck and speedy recovery. April said, Stacy, what's the pattern that you're working on now? This is the Twisted Snow Globe, and I did put a link to it in the description below. This is one of our paid patterns. Comes with several variations, and it has the ebook with it and a video tutorial. And then it also has a couple of like tips and tricks videos too. I think Darlene did one, and then Monica did one as well, just to help, like people were saying, like, how do I get things to lay a little smoother? How can I have an easier time getting my pieces to match up? Stuff like that. So they each did their own tips and tricks video also that is included with the pattern. Okay. Well, that wasn't so hard, especially for it to have been sitting around for a couple of years. Shirley said, yes, I love the pattern that Kennedy did. It was so pretty. April said, Becky, you're so welcome. I will have you in my prayers. Tammy said, I made the mistake of trying the rosette with velvet ribbon. All I will say is don't. Fabric is better for that one. You know, velvet is so tricky. There's a lot of ornaments that velvet won't work with. I did a couple of flurry patterns, I think, with velvet. I think I showed you guys. I love how it came out, but man, I was like, I'm never doing this again. It was just so hard. Sylvia said, love this pattern. Another one that I need to get. Thank you, Sylvia. I'm glad that you like it. Tammy said, the shop is on top of things. They even catch when my husband and I order on the same day and they combine it. That's amazing, Tammy. Even I didn't know that. That's awesome. Tammy also said, the last few years, Shabby Fabrics has had stuffed Christmas napkin kits too, and placemats. Oh, I'll have to look for that. So I think I'm going to go ahead, before I put my band on this, I'm going to just go ahead and finish this one too, since I'm in the mode and I hope I can remember what I'm doing. But you know what? I can't remember the measurement. Let me measure it and see. I think it was 5/8. Where those marker pins were. Yeah, it looks like 5/8. Okay. Oh, I still need this. This is the one that I think the sides are not going to match up. Hey, Tony. Robbie said, love Riley Blake. The first quilt that I made was one of her patterns. It was a baby quilt. They do have some beautiful fabrics. We've started using them more and more. We hadn't used them for a long time. I didn't have a wholesale account with them, and I didn't really know much about their fabrics. But we've been using them more and more. I wish that I would have been able to get this, I think it's called So Sweet. I wish I had gotten some of those for our shop or for a club kit. But by the time that we saw them, it was way too late for that. Okay. I'll start with the blue again. Jenny said, I just used the Fireside fabric by Moda. Wow, that was nice and very luxurious feeling. I don't think I've seen that one. I love Moda too. You guys know I'm a Moda person. Robbie said, I think it was the year before for that challenge. Okay. And Tammy said, Red, White, and Beautiful was 2024. I did 2024 and 2025. Okay, thank you guys. We'll start here. So it must have been 2023 that we skipped. Sally, you are welcome. Tammy said, I missed the first one in the first year I was around. I missed the first one, and then the first year that I was around, there wasn't one. Okay, that was the year that we missed. I can't remember why I skipped that one. I think I had some stuff going on that year with my hands. Occasionally, I have a thing with my hands. And I don't like to put them on camera. So I think that was what happened that year. Marge said piecing is sewing the pieces together like what you're doing on your tote. Quilting is putting the top, batting, and backing together and then sewing a design through all 3 layers. I hope that made sense. It did make sense. So I think what you're talking about, because I noticed in some of the quilts that there was like actual design with the stitching. Is that what you're talking about? And that looks so hard. That looks like it would be so hard. But one day, they had one on there that was a white background and like all these tulips in all different colors, like the colors of the rainbow going across the bottom, and then butterflies flying up out of all the tulips. I was like, wow. But I looked at it and I was like, there's just no way. It had all that pretty stitching, like super scrolly stitching throughout. I was like, yeah, I am definitely not ready for that. So this was apparently one of my prototypes when I was playing around with this before the challenge to get the 2 halves to match. When we did this live challenge, I ended up having to come up with like a numbering system, and then you start certain colors on a certain number to make sure that they match side to side. But clearly it took me a few tries to get that right. Because the thing is too, is that I had finished another 2 of these. One before the live challenge, I had to complete one totally to take pictures of it. And then I finished the one on the live challenge, like in the video, of course, the live that we did. So that means that I had at least 6 of these guys floating around. No wonder I wasn't in a big rush to get these done. Becky said, I got my left eye done on the 27th and the other a week later. Oh, wow. I get my left eye done. You're gonna be taken out for a few days there. Sally said, I thought I had joined the challenge in 2024. And yay, I found it. Okay, awesome. That's a happy discovery, Sally. There are cheat sheets from that challenge too, which gives like the numbering and stuff for making your red, white, and blue pattern. April said, thank you. I will check that out. Also, I printed the patterns that I purchased. Have to download the video. Oh, don't have to download the videos. I haven't done that, but I have them printed. The videos are not downloadable, but they're always going to be there. They're just so big. They're so big, but they're always going to be there forever. Carol said, these patterns trip me up. I easily get lost. It's like when I watch a movie and it goes back in time and then back to modern time, I'm getting lost. That's funny. Yeah, sometimes you can definitely get lost on these ones that are like the twisty or the pinwheel ones. Sometimes I'll have to like have one of my little bowls or something so that it doesn't roll on me. Because if it rolls, it's like, okay, I'm done. I don't know where I was. In one of the tips and tricks videos that is with this pattern, Monica talked about putting a pearl head pin at the place that you're working on, like the segment that you're working over. And right now I'm working over this blue. So I'll be putting 3 pieces over top of this blue. And so in her tips and tricks, she put a pearl tip pin on that segment too, so that you always remember that you're on that segment. So you're not alone, basically, is what I'm trying to get at, Carol. Jenny said, overall, I probably use Riley Blake fabric more than any other company. I love it. Oh, that's awesome, Jenny. I need to look more and more at it. I love that set that we were just talking about. I'm going to have to go get that quilt kit. April said, watching a video makes me feel like I'm in your classroom. Sylvia said, Robin, have you ever ordered from Dinky Doo Fabrics? It's Canadian. That's a new one to me. Robbie said, yes, Sylvia, I have. They do a lot of pre-order. Hey, Dana, happy Friday. Georgianne said, after you piece the top, then you send it to the long arm quilter. They use a computerized program to do the stitching. Really? So you don't even do that yourself? Okay, well, that's because I'm looking at that and I'm like, there ain't no way. Now I get it. Because some of it is so fancy looking. So you take it to a long arm quilter. Would that be like, do you go to like a quilt shop for that? Like where they sell fabric and stuff? Do they do that kind of thing in a quilt shop? Or do you have to like send it off somewhere? Wow, you learn something new every day. Robbie said, I quilt my own quilts, limited for space, so my main method is quilt as you go. There's so much I don't know about this. Sylvia said Dinky Doo is having a sale right now in good sizes for ornaments, a half yard for $4.99. Oh, that's a good price. You guys, fabric prices are going up. Everything's going up. I mean, that's probably no surprise, but yeah, fabric prices, everything is just going up. I'm gonna do a little trim here because I think I had left myself a little too much excess and I don't want it to get in the way. I meant to say in the very beginning of this when I started, for people who catch this live after it's not live anymore, that this is alive and it's not meant to be step by step. We've had people ask in the comments like, how come you're not telling what you're doing? But there is a link in the description where you can find our step-by-step pattern. I am trying to get in the habit of saying that in the beginning of these videos, but I forgot today. Robbie said, wow, that's a good deal, Sylvia. That is a really good deal. April said, thank you for the info on the downloading the videos. You're welcome, April. Phil said, don't fear the design, which is quilting. You can always find a shop or someone with a long arm and have them do it. And that's what us quilters call quilting by check. Thanks, you guys, for teaching me. Linda said, hello, everyone. I'm late. So what are you working on? I am working on the twisted snow globe pattern. It's not a snow globe version of it, though. The original version of this is a snow globe, but this is a red, white, and blue version of it that we did in, what was it, guys, 2024? For our live challenge. And I've got 4 of them sitting here. 2 of them were pretty much done fabrics-wise, but they need to be finished. And then 2 of them I had to finish half of it. Not even quite half. Laurette said, hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to everyone. Glad to be here for another live. I'm glad you're here too, Laurette. Happy Friday to you too. Shan said, I bought my first 3 patterns. January 2026, I've completed 55 ornaments and I have 5 to finish today. Whoa, Shan. That's amazing. You've completed 55 ornaments? That's incredible. Jenny said, I do a lot of straight line quilting on my own quilts, but I enjoy a long arm design. It gets expensive to send them away. I bet it does. Robin said, just got home from visiting my sister. Well, that's nice. So your sister is close by that you can visit? Linda said, I also quilt my own quilts. I have a long arm, but only manual, no computer. Georgianne said, yes, most quilt shops do. The one that I work at part-time does it. She has always 6 to 12 waiting to be done. That is her trip money. Wow. Robbie said you can take to a quilt shop, and you can even take classes and rent a machine. I haven't done it, but they exist. There are people that have long arm and specialize. There's apparently a quilt shop not too far from me in Mount Dora, but I haven't been there. Olivia, I think, stopped in there once. I'll have to ask her if they had all those kinds of things. Marge said, Stacy, you can quilt small things on your machine. I did do a queen size on my sewing machine. It can be done, but I won't do it again. Okay, noted. Tony said, Fun and Done was one of my first quilts that I made. It was fun. You put your batting as you go. Peggy said, don't be intimidated by the quilting. You can start out doing straight lines that can be done on your own home machine. Go in different directions to form squares or diamonds. I will try not to be intimidated, Peggy. I saw a cute little quilted bag go by me on YouTube. I mean, maybe if I started with something really simple, like a bag, or like even just like like we were saying earlier, like placemats or a table runner or something, just to at least familiarize myself with what's going on, because like I have never even done it at all before, and then maybe it wouldn't feel so intimidating to kind of go into a bigger project, because I don't even, I'm so new, I don't even know the terminology. I didn't even know that those swirls and stuff were done by a long arm. Hey, Kat. Marge said, Peggy, good idea for beginners. Robin said she's an hour away. I'm glad you got to visit. Christy said, I'm behind, Shan. I joined in 2018 and only have about 145 ornaments done. I'm a slacker. I wouldn't call that slacking, Christy. Deborah said, once we have my craft room finished, my dream is to get my own long arm quilting machine. For now, I have a wonderful lady in Tallahassee who does this for me. I can see why people end up dedicating entire rooms to quilting. Even this sewing machine, I've got it sitting on a small table kind of off to the side of this table that I'm on right now. And it's okay. It's at least holding the machine and it's working. But already, just with getting out the tote bag pieces, I'm like, yeah, I need more space. Like, there needs to be more table room. The shop has a nice big table down there, but it's always full of stuff. And it's for cutting. So that's not the best place for my machine. I definitely want it up here so I can do it as my own hobby, like up here in my house. So I'll figure it out eventually, but yeah, I can see how it becomes a thing with the space. Okay, we are almost there. Dana said, my first quilt was a baby blanket, straight stitch in the ditch. That's a saying I don't know. Tammy said, I'm going to have to check if the quilt shop near me does it. I was there this morning, but only to let my son pick out his challenge fabric. Also ended up getting EOB Fairy Frost. Oh, Fairy Frost for 30% off. That's a good find. Dana said, I finished the whole thing on my machine. So a smaller baby blanket. That is also a good idea, although I have no babies right now to make a blanket for. One day, though. One day I'll have grandkids or nephews or nieces or something. Tammy said, I joined in 2023. I've given over 300 as gifts, done at least 24 ornaments for fundraisers. I'm kind of obsessed. Tammy, that's so awesome. That is so many ornaments. Hey, Brian. Sylvia said, wow, Tammy. Yeah, seriously, wow. That is impressive. Deborah said, yes, space is the thing. Right now I have a little nook in our bedroom that I use to sew and now ornamenting, and small when you get out all the things to work on a project. I know. And, you know, I've gotten used to the ornament thing, which is, of course, a lot smaller. Like, we're working with very small pieces of fabric compared to when you're sewing something, and I've gotten used to that. It's a whole different thing when you're cutting out fabric or laying out fabric for non-ornaments. So this is actually my last piece. I didn't space this one correctly. Without having the matching color on the opposite side, it's throwing me off. There we go. We're going to do a little trim here too. Sometimes you don't have to trim it. Let's move that guy out of the way. Oh, it jumped on me. Where am I? Oh, there we go. Peggy said, check out Lo and Behold Stitchery. She has a lot of good tips for new quilters. She also has a beginning quilter academy that you can purchase. Lo and Behold Stitchery. Is this on, can I search on YouTube? I will definitely check that out. I am so fine with buying classes. When people organize it and put it together nicely, it's worth it. Robbie said, I think as you move along in your quilting journey, you'll figure out what's best for you. It just seems to go that way. Start small. Those patterns that you received the other day look good. Yeah, they did look good. From Georgianne. Marge said, Deborah, I had a long arm, found out that I did not care for the repetitiveness, and I sold it and got my spare bedroom back. Okay. It sounds like the long arm thing is definitely like a specialty thing if you're real serious. Look, this one is not reaching all the way. That was my very first one that I did. Let's see if I can stretch it down just a bit. As long as I can cover it with the band. This one might be a donate pile ornament, just since it's not matching up and stuff. Okay, now I need to see if I have some bands. So I have my little bucket. And then we're definitely going to use this. This is not the ribbon that I used originally, but I don't have that ribbon anymore, so I don't have any more of it, I should say. But I do want to use that. And I think I'm off camera. That looks like a band right there, doesn't it? Yep, it is. We need 2 of those. And that one can be cut into a band. Okay. I can put these guys back. Where was I? Tammy said, my first quilt was a cheater. It was a double wedding ring printed on the fabric, but I quilted it by hand, but just lap quilt size. A cheater, huh? So, what does that mean? Dubravka said, hello, Stacy. Came in to say hi to everyone. Cooking dinner. Love what you're making. Thank you, Dubravka. You could totally do this in red and white. You know, one of the girls that's on our team is in Canada, and every time we do these patriotic challenges or any patriotic things, she does Canadian versions. Shan said, I have rheumatoid arthritis. I find a craft that doesn't hurt my hands. I go all in. The meds suck. I get insomnia and have time to pin. Oh, I listen to the pinning playlist on shuffle and I just pin away. I am so sorry to hear about your arthritis, but I'm glad that we can keep you company, especially in the middle of the night. And I'm glad that you're able to do this. That's big. Brian said, I made my first cube ornament today. I had to take 2 pieces of foam and glue them together to get the 2-inch thickness after I cut 3-inch by 3-inch squares. The first one came out very nice. I love that idea, Brian. Good for you. So here's the one that doesn't have the matching sides. We'll just do our best here. Carol said, some of the greatest cooks have the tiniest kitchens. I don't have a craft room, only a craft tote. It's amazing what you can do in small spaces. The bigger the space, the more you need to fill. And the messier it gets too, Carol. You know, if you are in a smaller space, it's probably like nice because it actually forces you to use your space wisely. I think if you have a big space, it's easy to get lazy and let it get messy. I know I am definitely guilty of that. Not that I have a big space up here. I used to have the big back room of the shop. That used to be my craft room. And I was a little spoiled by that, but it definitely was harder to keep clean. I did not put my pins low enough on this layer. This is one of those ones where when you're wrapping, it's easy to start going off because you're following the lines in the fabric. And I do that with a lot of these twisty patterns. Anything that's like pinwheel or, you know, has a little bit of an angled twist to the pieces. Man, I did a terrible job on these pieces. Georgianne said, LOL, I have a craft house. Son's old bedroom is my sewing room. Guest room has my cross stitch, and dining room table is my stitch and ornament station. Love it. The lady in my neighborhood that I bought my sewing machine from, that's how her house is. Other than all the little hairs from the fabric, it's okay. I'm not thrilled with my bubbling up here on these white pieces, but it is what it is. This was not the best one, and it also has the unmatching sides, so I'll have to just be okay with that one. Let's see if I can fix this one a little bit before I try to put the band on. Okay, well, we'll do our best. Peggy said it's a website. She's not on YouTube. It's a little pricey, but it shows you everything step by step. Okay, I will Google it. Thank you for that, Peggy. Maybe I should clean up these edges before I start wrapping. Tammy said, my craft room is a mess right now. I moved everything out into my living room today. Gotta love cabinets with casters. I'm working out here right now. You know what? I had my room, this room, all cleaned up last week. I was telling you guys about it. And for some reason today, it's a giant disaster again. I'm like, how does this happen? I was doing a lot of photography this week, and so I've got ornaments strewn about. So they're like pretty much anywhere I can find room to set them, like in piles of future patterns that we haven't shown yet, future club kit patterns, ones for Finish Ornament Friday, ones for Inspire. I have like all these little piles of ornaments everywhere. Ones that I'm keeping, ones that I'm taking back down to the shop. Man, they just keep appearing. This pattern is not the easiest one to band up, you guys. Not the easiest. It's like an optical illusion. Shan said, it's nice to have a quiet craft to do while the house sleeps. I am glad about that. This is a quiet craft, isn't it? Unless we're on this peaceful pinning where we're yapping. Tammy said Annie's Attic is having a sale on their digital quilt patterns today. 10 patterns for $10. Wow, that's pretty inexpensive. We survived. There's a pin. Let's see if we can cover that up. Get that little hair. trying to cut that instead of pulling it. I'm afraid to pull it. Okay. Bows, decorations. Bows, decorations. So we have some sheer. 2 of these I used before, and this is all I have left of this red, so I have to make this stretch. Well, there's probably more down in the shop, but this is all I have up here. And then this one is not the same as what I used before, but it's very pretty. I used before like a navy with a stitch, and we don't have any more of that one. So we're gonna substitute it out. Peggy said it'll look fine once the band is on. It looked better anyway. I am so behind, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me catch up. Robbie said, I have a corner. 3 machines, all special. I just move them around. Sometimes I use the kitchen table. Deborah said, Marge, long arms do take up a lot of room, and I'm glad to have my quilts quilted instead of me doing that part, I think is what you meant. But I have used this part of my bedroom just for sewing for years, and it's just too small. So it will be good to have the craft room redoing the attic for this, and we'll have my bedroom back too. Oh, that's awesome. It'll be Deborah's attic instead of Annie's attic. Robbie said those fabrics are so pretty. I love them too. These are beautiful. 7s. Six and a half, 7, 6.5, 6, yes. What I ought to do is just cut a few 7s and then make all the 7-inch ones. I'll do that after this set, because we got 4 of them here. Tammy said crochet, knitting, and cross stitch patterns are in the sale too. I was buying some crochet for my daughter, and I got a quilted tote for myself. I want to crochet, but I am not even starting that right now. April said, Robbie, I use my kitchen table too. Now that my granddaughter has moved in, I had to give up my craft room, but it's okay. Quite the sacrifice though. Robbie said, I did this one with both red, white, and blue, and red and white for Canada. Oh, that's awesome, Robbie. Tammy said, a cheater quilt means no piecing. The quilt pattern is printed on the fabric. All I did was add the batting, backing, and then hand quilted around the pattern. Oh, that sounds like a good way to start and to try it out. I lost my spot. Where'd it go? Oh, Christy said, Brian, you need to be my supplier for cutting foam. I can never get a straight cut. I can't either. Tanya is really good at cutting up foam for trying out new things. Hey, Mabel. Carol said, it's true. Everything back in the tote and then back in the closet. Easy peasy. And I bet it kind of forces you to stay focused too, Carol, like on the thing that you're working on. You can't like get distracted and have multiple projects going on at the same time where you end up with 4 unfinished ornaments sitting around for like 3 years. Hey, Sherry. Christy said, we have 8 bedrooms. My room, my sister's room, my genealogy room, sister's sewing room, craft room for fabric, and bling room, and then also the exercise room that never gets used and the tool room. Wow. That's like dream space right there. That's cute. Very cute. Shan said, my spare room is my cookie room and I have over 1,000 cutters. My basement is my other craft room. I cut fabrics in a day or two, put in a baggie with balls, and then just grab and go when I want and have time. I like the idea of the grab and go, you know, ready to go kits, because this is a craft for sure that can be done pretty much anywhere if you have all the stuff and all the pieces cut. So I love that idea. And then that way you don't have to go up and down from the basement, right? Diane said, hi girls and guys, I'm so late, but I'll settle for the time that I can get with you guys. We are happy that you're here, Diane. Just been finishing today. Peggy said, gremlins come in the middle of the night and have a party. They're notorious for not cleaning up after themselves. Is that what's happening? Dana said, I want to play in the bling room. Like, for real. You're going to have to give us a tour video of all these rooms, Christy. I've seen part of your stuff on Facebook. Kate said, I have found the worst person that I have to pick up after is myself. I live alone. Yeah, no one to blame it on. I'm with you. Robbie said, my table is a disaster again as well. Things have to have a landing place. It can be really hard when you're in the middle of a project. And it's like, for me, and it's a bad habit, but I don't want to put things away if I'm in the middle of it. I want to leave it out so it's easy to just start again, but then I start something else and I end up having like little piles of things. Christy said, Dana, come on over. Maybe you can help me make it make more sense. It's a disaster. Robin said, was this from last year's Patriotic Challenge? No, it was, darn it. You guys helped. 2024, I believe, is when this one was. If I'm remembering correctly. Last year, I had different fabrics. I had more like a floral set of fabrics. They were red, white, and blue still, but they were like floral. I'm pretty sure that you guys had said earlier, Tammy, I think, was one of them who had corrected me that it was 2024 that we did this one. Man, the difference that a bow makes. Crazy, right? Before I do the bows on the other ones, I can't help myself. I need to do some embellishments. Becky said, Stacy, I missed the name of that fabric. This was Henry Glass down on the farm. I hope I have the right, yeah, here's one. There's one. And then we got some, look how funny, these beads are all sticking to the magnet. Except for those 4 that just popped out. Sally said, I have my little white boxes stacked up next to me on the couch. That way I can work on them. Of course, no one else can sit on the couch. That's funny. Couch is reserved. Yes, Robbie said the year before. Yep. Carol said it's a quiet craft unless you jab a pin into your finger. That is so true. Tammy said, I simultaneously love and hate that pattern. This one, yeah. It's a cool pattern, and you guys saw how quick those pieces went. Like, that part is kind of easy, but it definitely has like that kind of like, I don't know. It's hard to follow with the band. It can be a little bit easy to lose your place as you're going around. And yeah, but it is super cool looking. And that optical illusion that it creates. Hey, Patty. Patty said, happy Friday. What you got there? We are finishing Twisted Snow Globes from 2024, Patty, from the Patriotic Live Challenge, which I am pretty sure you were a part of, because I remember talking to you on a couple of those challenges. Dana said, Christy, it's a shiny disaster. Tracy said, I'm still working, but I wanted to let you know that I'm here and listening. I am so glad that you're here, Tracy. I hope that everyone is having a great Friday. That's a beautiful patriotic ornament. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Brian said, I got close, but my foam cuts were not perfect. I hid them under the fabric and I put a huge bow on top. There you go. You can hide a multitude of sins with embellishments. Well, if that didn't turn out to be the cutest thing, I love it. I forgot how much I loved this ornament finished. Carol said, I definitely can do multiple projects as long as it fits in the tote. You gotta be organized. Tammy said, I use the quart size Ziploc bags from Meijer or Walmart, and they have a space to label. I put the pattern name on there. Also, I usually put the foam shape there so that I can grab it out of the dresser. That is so smart. So you don't even have to go looking it up. So organized. Robin said, one day I'm very organized and the next day it's a disaster. That is me, Robin. I was like practically frolicking around this place last week because I was so happy with how organized it was. And then today I'm like, what happened? Little white box came today, Robin said. That's amazing. Now you have something to do over the weekend. Hi, Anna. Anna said, I love everything that you do. Well, thank you, Anna. And I'm happy to have you here. I haven't seen your name come up before. Welcome, welcome. Deborah said, that's how I felt doing the rosebud. I had to repin a few times, but I ended up enjoying how it turned out. You know what, Deborah? That's one that I want to do here on a live soon. Since we, Olivia actually is kind of who kind of came up with an easier way of doing the rosebud. I know I've told you guys this before, but for anybody who didn't hear, the rosebud pattern is, I would call, one of our most advanced patterns. It can be easy to get lost in that one, but man, talk about a beautiful pattern. It's just beautiful when it's done. And then Olivia was playing around with it, and she sort of came up with like just a quicker way to kind of get through it and a little bit less complication. And I ended up falling back in love with the pattern after that because it became accessible. It became a lot more doable. And I've been wanting to do that one with you guys here on the live so that I could demonstrate that, because I think that one scares people off a little bit, but it sure is pretty. Can't find the hole on that bead. Brian said, how cute. Thank you. Carol said that ornament came out fantastic. Thank you, Carol. I'm pretty tickled with it. It's so fun to finish these up. So happy for finishing Friday. Now it just needs a hanger. And I've got my twine here. I think this deserves a twine hanger. Give it that little, keeping with the Americana vibe that we have going here. Patty said, yes, I was. Has anything been said about what we should do to be ready for this next challenge? Patty, we're not going to do the same type of live challenge this year. We're going to do something a little different for this year, since it's the big 250 this year for the United States. So we have something coming up for that, which when we are ready to release that, we'll kind of let you guys know in advance what to do to get ready for it. I'm still going to do lives with you guys, but I'm going to do them here on YouTube with what we have planned. And we should hopefully be announcing that pretty shortly. We also have something fun, not patriotic, but we have something fun for May too, that I'm excited to tell you guys about. And we're going to do them live here as well during the month of May. So we have a few fun things planned, you guys. Okay, that is so cute. So now I'll just finish the bows on my other ones, and then we'll call it a day. Anna said, thank you, I watch you all the time. That's amazing. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that so much. Deborah said, yes, please do a live on that. It's a beautiful pattern. Okay, I will. It is so pretty. It's so pretty. You know what I'm going to do now, guys? I'm going to do assembly line style for these last three. You know what I ought to do, actually? I'm limited here on this red, so maybe I shouldn't do assembly line style. I better just finish what I can out of the red, because I don't know if I have enough red to get me through another 2 or 3. Maybe one more. That's the 7-inch piece. That's the 6.5-inch piece. And this is the 6-inch piece. Hang on, I'm going to look in my drawers and see if I have any more of that red, because that would be a bummer. No. We have more. Okay. So glad. I don't know if I have enough stars, but that's okay. That's an easy thing to finish later. Nancy T said, just got an email. My order that I placed today with the OG shop has been shipped. Awesome. They're quick down there. Patty said, where did you get that pretty blue ribbon? This is a sample from one of our wholesale suppliers. And we actually have some coming to put in the shop because it's so pretty. I love it. We have a few colors coming of it. Hopefully we will have that in the next couple of weeks. Things have been a little slow getting here lately because of all that's going on in the world, but hopefully we will have it shortly. Hey Martha. Tammy said, my daughter bought me the rosebud pattern for my birthday, June 2024. I made one and I thought I was done. I joined the Christmas club and the July kit was the rosebud. Yes, Tammy, that's the one. Oh, I see your comment below. That Christmas club kit saved the rosebud pattern for me, and I love the 4-color variation. I'm so happy that you said that, Tammy. I was about to say, oh, you need to revisit the way that we did it for the Christmas club. It saved it for me too, because I love the pattern, but I found it really difficult to keep up. Not keep up with. What am I trying to say? To not lose my place. Like I was struggling with that one. So, but I love how it looks. I just absolutely love how it looks. And you guys, you should see, Monica can whip those things out like nothing. She can whip those out like they are just the easiest thing in the world. And I envied that because it is so beautiful. When we came out with that Christmas club kit, I was like, I hope people are willing to give this a try. I hope it doesn't scare people too much. It ended up being a pretty popular kit. Robbie said, I think we were talking about the ribbon before. It's a little hard to come by. The ribbon is starting to get very hard to come by. It's becoming a thing. A lot of supplies are becoming a thing, you guys. It's a little scary. Patty said, this is my happy time of day. Patty, that makes me so happy to hear. Kat said, thumbed up, shared, and live chat. Kat, thank you so much for the thumbs up and for the share. I appreciate it so much. Oh, by the way, you guys, yesterday when we were talking about today's video coming out and I asked you to like it when you saw it and everybody said they would, thank you so much. As soon as that video posted, I saw a whole bunch of likes on it, and I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciated that. Like so much. I think that's what YouTube likes. YouTube loves the likes. And I think that it helps us. Robbie said, sounds like fun. Thanks for the hearts, guys. I see the hearts going by. Kimberly said, are you telling me in that basket of ribbon there's no red? There probably is. I wanted the same exact red, though. But you know what? There probably is this red in there. Where is that? That basket's back up on the shelf. I should have pulled that down. I wasn't thinking. Hey, Roseanne. Marge said LOL to that, Kimberly. Nancy V said, do you sell that red ribbon in the shop? Yes, we do. This is in the shop. This is, we have this color of this kind of ribbon, and then that parrot green that I use a lot. It's the same type of ribbon. It's like a woven with a little bit of shimmer. But like not too much, especially with fabrics like these where it's more kind of a country vibe. But just that little bit of shimmer is, I think, adding something without being over the top. I think I saw, did I say hi to you, Roseanne? If not, I'm sorry. Hi, Roseanne. I'm happy that you're here. Deborah said I was going to make several of those rosebuds for my mom and then the ladies in her Bible class, but changed my mind for now. Don't be afraid now, Deborah. The new way of doing it makes, and it's already up there, it's included with the rosebud pattern. We've got the original way of doing it, and then there is a video on there showing the, I think we called it the rapid rosebud. So yeah, it's really not so scary anymore. But we'll do it on a live too, so hopefully I can show you guys how much more fun it is with the same beautiful results that Monica had originally designed. Roseanne said, hit those hearts. I see them. Thank you so much. Pacarina said, greetings from Spain. Well, hello. Very happy to have you here. Kat said, you're a grand old flag. You're a high-flying flag. And forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Very beautiful lyrics, Kat. Nancy B said, thank you. You are welcome, Nancy. Beth said, late, but I made it. Had to get my yard cut. Glad you could catch the last couple minutes of this, Beth. Debbie said, very pretty. Thank you guys for the hearts. I'm seeing them fly by. I love it. For those just joining, we just finished this one. And I'm just going to finish the rest of these to be the same. Other than, I got to see how many of these stars I have. Where did I? That's not the same star. I've only got one more of these little metal stars left. So I got to get more of those. But that's okay. We can still do the bows and the beads, the rest of the beads. Martha said the mailman delivered the ball kit that I won today. Thank you so much. It's just beyond awesome. Everything is so pretty and beautifully packed. Gorgeous. I can't wait to make it. Martha, I am so happy that it arrived safe and sound and that you love it. And thank you for letting me know that it arrived. That's amazing. I hope you like making it. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I'm seeing the hearts go by like crazy. It was like a little wonky right there, but the beads cover it. You gotta love embellishments. This is the extra wonky one. The blues don't match up, and some of the red and white don't match up on this one. Martha said, these balls are really pretty. I've never seen one like this. This one is the Twisted Snow Globe pattern. And it has several variations. This is one of the variations with, I was saying earlier before you got here, I should have went up into my attic and got down some more of these with the different variations, because this is a really neat looking pattern with a lot of different ways that you can do it. The main variation or the main version of this pattern is just a image in the middle, like a snow globe center in the middle, which is really cool looking too. We also have a rainbow version of it. So all the rainbow colors going around, which is super pretty. I'm out of the stars now, so I will have to come back and get some more stars from the shop and put those on later. Jean said, when will you be releasing more of the corded cuties? Jean, it is so funny that you asked me that. I don't know exactly when they're all coming out. They're going to be kind of rolling out one by one. I just took pictures of a bunch more today, though. I ought to give you guys a sneak peek of some of these ones that I took pictures of today. You want to talk about the cutest things ever. I actually messaged Sherry and I was like, Sherry, can I buy all of these from you? She sent them for pictures and I was like, please, can I keep them? She did a whole nativity scene. And there's a bumblebee and there's a reindeer. I'm going to have to show you guys. Sneak peek, you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab them because they're sitting right over there. It's one of the piles of ornaments that I was photographing today. Let me get the hanger on this and then I'll show you. Embellishments for the win, Peggy said. Tony said, I really love these ornaments. Thank you, Tony. Every time we do these, I get reminded of how much I like a certain pattern. Patty said, it would be cool to have yellow ribbons and fabric bundles with yellow and several shades. Yes, yellow is a happy color. That's why I like it. How about anybody else? I like yellow too. I got this little yellow couch from my neighbor a couple weeks ago. She was looking to get rid of it, and it was part of that estate sale that you guys, that I cleaned up at. And I traded her that green and gold ornament that I made. Do you remember that green and gold ornament that I made with scraps that I had gotten from that estate sale? They wanted the ornament when I showed it to them, and I traded the ornament for this little couch. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because it's yellow. We called it the Golden Girls couch. It's very retro. But it's yellow with flowers all over it, and I absolutely love it. It's very happy. It looks really cute in my living room, and my dogs love sitting on it. Robbie said I'm interested in the corded cuties too. So cute. Okay, you guys, I'm going to show you the corded cuties. Hold on one second. And I know that you guys have already seen my Elvis. I know you guys have already seen my Elvis, but some of you have. But for those of you guys who haven't seen my Elvis, I'll show you that one too. I just grabbed it off the shelf really quick. So here's my Elvis. And then Tammy made this little microphone with a pin to go with him. Let me make sure I'm in the camera. There we go. So here's Elvis. If that is not the cutest thing, like I can't even stand how cute this is. So we have Elvis. You guys, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. These are secret. No one knows yet. No one knows about these yet. Is that not the cutest thing? Lil B, look how she did the bottom. And look at the little stinger on the back. It's so cute. Okay, so here, let me back up a little bit. You guys, we have to keep this a secret because they're not out yet. So here's the nativity scene. We have Mary and Joseph. Look at the details that she did on here is so unbelievable. I mean, Sherry is so talented, you guys. The manger. Is that not adorable? We have a little shepherd guy. And then the wise men. Here's the other one. Can you believe the detail that she did? Look at this one. It's a bottle cap on the top of his head. Isn't that amazing? Her creativity astounds me. It just astounds me. So we have those three guys. That's okay. That's it for the nativity. Although she did add these little. Oh, that's not it. Where's the little sheep, guys? There was little sheep. She had made some little sheep and I lost them. Oh, there they are. She did these on the baby Hemis. Isn't that so cute? Okay, and then we have a reindeer. And then last but not least, you guys, the bride and groom. I love how she did this dress. So guys, you're gonna keep this a secret, right? She said she's been working on more. I'm like, I don't know how you come up with all these ideas. I just don't. I do not know. So the nativity I'm going to set up because I have been, you guys know, I was telling you about it before Christmas. I've been searching for a nativity. And I'm like, I have one now. So now I just need to do like a little display for them. Because she told me that I could keep them, which I was so happy about. I am going to back up because I see that you guys are commenting. Yes. Corded cuties for the win, Robbie said. Oh, Shan said that's an awesome trade. I know. It was an awesome trade. I felt like I did well in that trade. Dana said there's also an all red rosebud, which is simply gorgeous. Yes, it is. You know, she did another one. Monica did another one that was a yellow, all yellow rosebud with red bows on the top. It had like a Beauty and the Beast vibe. That was one of the ones that I can remember because it was different kinds of yellow. It had like some yellow that had like texture in it and some little bit of glittery and stuff, and it was just so pretty. And that one really stands out to me too from my memory of the ones that she did. It looks like you guys thought they were really cute. Robbie said those would make great gifts. They do make great gifts. And you can like totally customize them to whatever someone is into. Martha said, oh my, they are too cute. They are amazing, Tracy said. What creativity on the nativity, Laura said. I know. Tony said, I love those. Oh, Robbie said, I missed the bee. Hang on. Here you go, Robbie. Let me buzz him over here. Marge said, love the bee. The nativity's amazing. Sally said, oh, so stinking cute. Hey, Sharon. Brian said, those are great. Yeah, she is so talented. Deborah said these will be part of the Corded Cuties. Yes, they are all ones that we hope to show. I mean, at least give you ideas for, but we're planning to do like tutorial videos for various ones to show all the different like techniques and stuff. Christy said, we didn't see anything. Peggy said, my lips are sealed. Thanks, you guys. Yes, she did, Tracy. Tracy said she did an amazing job with all of these. Georgianne said, will these be patterns that we can buy? No, they're going to be right here on YouTube. Kat said, wow, those are super awesome. Here comes the bride all dressed in white. I know, aren't they so cute? The bride and groom really got me. They're so adorable. Lips locked and threw away the key, Deborah said. Oh my gosh, Marge, that is great. Marge said, what happens in peaceful pinning stays in peaceful pinning. I love that. That is so great. Carol said, your secret is safe with me, but holy moly, incredible. Thank you, Carol. I will tell her that you guys like them. Tammy said, those are adorable, but wrapping the angel heads are my least favorite part. I'm not sure if I have that amount of patience. I love the sheep. I know, it does take some patience. There's no doubt about that. You know, I bet you too, like some of the ideas for these corded cuties, I think you could totally take some of those like embellishment ideas and some of the themes and take those ideas into something different. If you didn't want to do like the wrapped ornaments, you could totally turn that into something different, but using those ideas, if that makes sense. Like for example, like how she did the little bumblebee. If you wanted to do like some sort of round ball, like regular quilted ball ornament using those colors, but then take some of these ideas that she did, you know, for decorating it, you could totally do that. Such talent. Love them all, Rita said. Robbie said, that's so sweet. Thank you, Stacy. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you got to see it. You got to see it. Dana said we're all going to have to sign NDAs. I know. They will eventually be here on YouTube, though, you guys. Nancy K said, I can't wait for the nativity to come out. They're all so cute. I know. I love the nativity. The nativity is my favorite. Well, gosh, Elvis is also. I love Elvis. Robin said the rosette pattern I did on the disc is yellow, and it was made out of blanket binding. Oh, how did that come out? That's a good idea. I remember Monica using binding like that for, I think she did it for the Trinity knot way back in the day. And she used like this, it was so pretty the way it came, because it had like an ombre effect through the binding, and then when she did it on the Trinity knot, it came out so cool looking. All right, you guys, I don't know. I've been on for about an hour and 45 minutes. Maybe we should call it a day, or should I do one more bow? I did finish the hanger. The only thing I didn't finish here was one star, but I can grab those later. Oh, let me move these out of the way. Sally said I'm going to have to increase my ornament budget. I know. Robin said I will post it. Okay, I want to see it. Becky said, is the white fabric the line as the red and white? Oh, I think you meant the same. Is that what you meant? I mean, the red and blue. No. The cream fabric, is this what you're talking about here? The cream? It is the Folio Basics that we were talking about the last couple of days. So this is one of the shades of the Folio Basics. Also Henry Glass though. And then the red and the blue are the Henry Glass Down on the Farm. Robbie said, I feel like I've been spoiled today. Good. That's how I want you to feel. Shan said, one more bow, please. We're here for the surprises and the jibber jabber. Okay. I will do one more bow. I'll do at least one more bow. That was fun. I do like showing you guys. I feel like we're doing like a little bit sometimes behind the scenes here. It's like the secret club, just like what Marge set up above, whatever what was it again? Hold on. It was from the Fight Club. Oh, I lost it. What happens in peaceful pinning stays in peaceful pinning. Was that it? 7, 6.5. I'm just cutting my ribbons off to the side here, you guys. Here's the 6.5. 7. 6. Marge said, time for dinner here. Everyone have a great weekend, and thanks, Stacy, for the sneak peek. Marge, thank you for being here. I hope you have an amazing dinner and a great weekend. I have a little bit of the red left. Let's see. Six and a half. Becky said, think I'm piece meaning them together. Becky, hang on, you had said something else above. Oh, are you trying to find them? Is that what you're saying, Becky? Sorry, that one I'm having a hard time figuring out what you mean there, but I think you're talking about the fabrics. Laurette said, love the secret club. You make us all feel so special. I'm happy to be a part of it. I am happy that you're a part of it too, Laurette. I feel special that you guys want to hang out with me and listen to me yap. Nancy K said, I love this group. It makes my day to watch Peaceful Pinning. I feel like it's the best part of the day. Nancy, that just made my whole night. Thank you. Kimberly said, I do love watching you work, and the chit chat is just a great big bonus. Thank you, Kimberly. This is a great way to end the week too and take it into the weekend. I appreciate you guys being here so much. Robbie said, I'm excited for the corded cuties. I'm going to have to practice wrapping the cord though. Yeah, me too. Becky said, I'm finding the fabrics here and there. Oh, okay. You're piecing them together. Is that what you, yeah. Well, luckily they don't take a lot, like unlike the sewing projects that we were talking about earlier, the ornaments don't take a whole lot. So hopefully you guys can find it if you're looking. I'm pretty sure we don't have any more of this, although I'm not 100% sure about that. Martha said, me too, Nancy. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make next week. I still have the April Angel to do. I want to do a rosebud at some point. So there's that. And then I still also have a couple of the fabric bundles that Olivia gave me last week that I never got to. So I'd kind of like to make something with those too, although I'm not sure what yet. She gave me, one of the bundles was the kitty cat bundle. So I need to do some sort of snow globe with those. But they're too big for this. It'd be fun to do a snow globe version of this pattern since you guys saw this today. But you need like a smaller image for this one. Deborah said, I've made several of the corded snowmen. They are fun and look forward to the new ones. The snowman ones were really cute too. I've actually got those sitting on my shelf. Also, I forgot to grab those. They are with my Rudolph Village because they just fit really good with that. And I need to put this little reindeer guy up there too. Tony said, we appreciate you so much. Tony, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Seriously, I'm not just saying that. Like, you guys coming here and watching this every day, this wouldn't be here if you guys didn't come and watch it. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. Sally said, thank you all for such a wonderful and fun day. I hope you all have a blessed weekend and see you all on Monday. You too, Sally. We will see you Monday with something. We'll have something to work on. All right, we're almost there. This one came out pretty good. Tammy said, the fabric from the kit that you did yesterday is available at Quilted Twins if anyone is looking for the full panel. They're on sale for $10 right now. I saw them last night in case I didn't get the kit. Oh, nice. And that fabric is out of print. So that's good. Nancy K said, Stacy, did you see the corded cuties that Gloria made? They were so cute and creative also. You know what? I think somebody on our team, I think it was Tammy, showed all of us. She took screenshots of those and showed us. Super creative. Yeah, Gloria Lynn is one of our OG club members, and man, you want to talk about creative. She is so creative. I mean, with the corded cuties, but then also she does so many different things with the patterns. She is definitely an outside of the box thinker. Robin said, I look forward to these pinnings. I am so happy to hear that. I look forward to it too, you guys. This has become like just one of those parts of my day that I really look forward to every day. Cynthia said, what day did you do Rudolph? I missed it. What day was that? I think it was Tuesday. It was this week. One of the last couple of them that we did. Let's see, yesterday. What did we do yesterday, you guys? Oh, yesterday was the infinity bird cube. And then, yeah, and Wednesday was the rosette with Kennedy. So yeah, it must have been Tuesday that I did Rudolph. Louise said, I didn't see those bronze beads in the store. You know what, Louise? I don't think that we carry these. I think that these came from Fire Mountain. I'm pretty sure these came from Fire Mountain. They're itty bitty, guys. These are like probably 2 or 3 millimeter, maybe 3. Becky said, success, I found all of them. That's great. Now you can make these. Tracy said, I just purchased the kitty fabric bundle this morning. I'm a dog mama, but my bestie is a cat mama. So I'll make her some ornaments with that beautiful fabric. You know what? It's really cute. It's cute, cute fabric. So yeah, we'll make something next week with that too. Definitely makes a great gift for all the kitty people out there. Tony said, good night, everyone. Have a blessed weekend. You too, Tony. We'll see you on Monday. Laurette said, peaceful pinning is better than therapy. I love that. Robbie said, I think it was Tuesday. I think you are correct, Robbie. Tammy said, Gloria has made so many of the cute corded cuties. You know what? Maybe I haven't seen them all. I saw a few that someone shared. It was either Sarah or Tammy, I think, that shared those with us. It might have been Sherry, actually, that shared with our team to show us what she had done. And I saw some, but maybe I haven't seen them all. We're going to do the hanger. And then we will be done for this finishing Friday. No howling from the dogs. All right, other than missing a couple stars, we did pretty good. 2024 finally finished in 2026. I would say that that is a successful finishing Friday, you guys. Martha said they look great together. Thank you, Martha. Carol said thumbs up for Stacy Ann. Thank you, Carol. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I can't see the thumbs up. It won't show me the thumbs up until after I end it. I was going to say, what do we have? What are we up to? Brian said, great work, Stacy. Thank you, Brian. Jean said, have a great weekend, everyone, and see you on Monday. You too, Jean. Patty said, what were the embellishments that you pinned on? So I did little bronze, tiny round beads. Those are from Fire Mountain. And then these little stars, they're like little brass stars. We have those in the shop. And that was it. That was the only embellishments besides the ribbons and the jute twine. I just have to go down and get more of these stars for myself to be able to finish these. Martha said, would look nice in a window or a doorway. Yeah, it would. Robbie said, have a good night. You too, Robbie. Tracy, you too. And Shan, you too. You guys have an awesome weekend. Deborah said, have a good night. All these ornaments are beautiful. You too, Deborah. Thank you guys for hanging out and letting me show off the corded cuties, the secret corded cuties. Night, Kimberly. Tammy said, I got the cat fabric too. My son was trying to talk me into ordering more tins. I already had over $100 in my cart. No, I think I'm good right now. Lots of beads and other stuff with my kit. Thank you for that order, Tammy. I appreciate it. Sharon said, have a great weekend, everyone. Glad I got to catch the end of this peaceful pinning, or of this pinning. Me too, Sharon. 58 thumbs up. Not too shabby. Thank you, Nancy. Becky said 59. Thanks, you guys. As always, really appreciate the thumbs up. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend. It was a really fun week. I felt like we did some fun stuff this week. We'll try to make next week just as fun, if not more fun. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend. And I am looking forward to seeing you guys on Monday. Alrighty. Have a great weekend, you guys, and happy ornamenting.